Yuma. Hello everyone. My name is Rebecca Vassarotti and I'm the ACT Minister for Heritage. I'm here today with Scott McAlister, who is one of the fantastic volunteers at National Trust, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Heritage Festival and one of the premier events of the Heritage Festival that's coming up in April, which is the Heritage Polaris. So thanks very much for coming down, Scott.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me, Minister.
And the first thing we want to know, because lots of people may not actually understand what a Polaris is. So are you able to tell us a little bit about what the idea behind Heritage Polaris?
Yeah, well, John here on the camera picked it up in one, and basically it's orienteering on wheels. It's the most simple way of putting it. It's run a couple of times over the last decade, well, several times, and the Trust picked it up back in 2016 as a great way to get new people into heritage, because it's mainly bike riders who we wouldn't normally associate with National Trust membership. And we can structure the points so that everyone gets to see something.
Yep.
Okay, the good riders will go out all parts of Canberra, but even people who just want a social ride will see some great scenery and checkpoints closer to the city. So it's good.
Great. So if you're going to get involved, what do you need?
Well, a bike for a start. So team of two, but we do cater for more than two. So you're only as fast as the slowest rider, as they say. So a couple of bikes. Mountain bikes are generally suited to the event because some of our heritage is not necessarily on the hard pavements. It's up in the hills. So we send people up there. And basically just a sense of adventure and a willingness to be out on the road for maybe 6 to 7 hours and have a bit of fun.
So this is really like a bit of a treasure trail where we're going all over Canberra to find out really different things about heritage. And so can you give us a bit of an idea about some of the scenes that you might see if you get involved in the
Well, certainly last year we had some great points. We had the Air Disaster Memorial out behind the airport there. We thought maybe a couple of teams would go, but about 30 teams actually ventured out there and had a look. And I mean, that's a point no one in Canberra would go out to see of normal course. Another interesting one was the little surveyor's hut out near Parliament House. People ride past it every day, wouldn't know what it is, but we set it up as a checkpoint in the first event a few years ago and got a lot of feedback. And of course the trenches, the World War I trenches, no one in Canberra really understands that we ever had them here as a training exercise for Duntroon, and we put that in every year and everyone loves it. So they're the sorts of things we're looking at.
And so how many teams do you normally get involved?
Well, we'd like more. Our biggest event in 2017, we had 120 teams, so that's about 250 riders. Last year, because of COVID, we had about 60 teams. So we'd like to at least get 60 teams this year and build it back up.
Great. Yep. And so we've got a few of the So what is this?
So very quickly, so everybody gets a copy of the great Your Cycling Guide map, which the ACT government puts out. We set them up with checkpoints, coordinates, so they have to go through. So it takes them about an hour in the morning to map the coordinates onto the map. And then off they go, and it's their choice where they go. They don't have to go to every checkpoint. Some people we've had do 5 checkpoints, have a couple of cups of coffee and just have a good day out. But when you get to the checkpoint, hopefully your map skills have been okay, you clip this card that we give people, and when you come back, that's your evidence that you've been to that checkpoint. And my brother and his wife and my family get together and we collate all these the outcomes, and at the end of the day someone gets the prize.
So it can be quite competitive too, because there are some pretty good prizes, and what is really exciting is that you actually don't know where you'll go. So we've come here today in Civic. I'm pretty sure that the beautiful carousel has been involved a couple of times, and we've got one of our heritage trail sides too that also pops up quite a lot of time. So if people want to get involved, what do they do, Scott?
Yeah, so the Heritage Polaris website is just heritagepolaris.com.au or National Trust. We've got a Facebook page, so there's quite a bit of advertising out there. So if they get onto that, have a look, and any problems, give me a call.
Fantastic.
All the details are on the website.
And so 23rd of April, it is part of the Heritage Festival. We've got over 160 events. If biking and orienteering isn't quite your style, there are lots of other things to do, from walking trails to discovering some of our beautiful heritage buildings to finding out more about our First Nations heritage as well. So there really is something for everyone. But thank you so much, Scott, for coming along.
Pleasure.
I'm really excited about the Heritage Polaris. It really is one of the premier events of the Heritage Festival. Thank you so much to National Trust and all of the volunteers that make this stuff possible. And we really hope to see you there. Have a great day.
Thanks, Minister.